This video is presented by Media Calico Comics. Please go to my Patreon page in the description below and become a patron. And now, without further ado, please enjoy the video.
The Daily Planet building. How could anyone gaze at its familiar ringed globe and not be moved? Built in 1826, this fabled structure had its humble beginnings as little more than a three-story converted warehouse. Nestled among the brownstones and storefronts of Metropolis's young, flourishing business district. However, its modest facade belied the planet's towering ambition and commitment to journalistic integrity. Its basement printing presses worked tirelessly, day and night, to bring the ink-stained news of the city, the nation, and the world into the hands of every citizen of Metropolis. And as our great city grew, so too did the Daily Planet, both in its physical presence and worldwide reputation, serving as a constant reminder that truth, justice, and the American way must always be safeguarded, and any threat, domestic, foreign, or alien, be constantly held up to the light, even when it meant being a target itself. Metropolis's longest-running newspaper has chronicled the evolution of the city of tomorrow, evolution that could not have been achieved without countless sacrifices, even from the Daily Planet itself. On this day, a grateful city has said goodbye to one of its oldest residents. Its battered, war-scarred body finally succumbing to the ravages of age and the inevitability of progress. But let us never forget that the Daily Planet was always more than just concrete, glass, and steel. It is only a building that has fallen, not the paper itself. The crusading reporters, the intrepid investigators, the chroniclers of life, law, sports, politics, and the arts, the editors, photographers, analysts, commentators, these are the real Daily Planet, and through them, the planet will continue to live on, bigger and grander than ever before. My fellow citizens of Metropolis, I hereby proudly present the new Daily Planet. And now, as Mayor of Metropolis, I take great pride in introducing a gentleman who should need no introduction, because without him, Metropolis might very well have lost one of its greatest newspapers forever. My fellow citizens, Mr. Morgan Edge.
Well, I'm sure that footage left a lump in everyone's throats. Mayor Morris Rowe has now turned the podium over to Morgan Edge, President and CEO of Galaxy Communications and owner of the paper The Globe and this news station. And the man many have called the spiritual architect of the so-called New Daily Planet. As documented earlier in my special reports, Galaxy's purchase of Metropolis's oldest newspaper has seen more than its fair share of controversy. It's expected that Mr. Edge will be addressing many of those issues tonight. Thank you, Mayor Morris Rowe, and good evening, distinguished guests and honorable colleagues. I know that many of you are greeting this day with mixed emotions and perhaps even some trepidation. After all, change is seldom easy. In fact, it can be downright painful. But to paraphrase and mutilate the words of William Shakespeare, I've come not to bury the Daily Planet, but to raise it.
Ha! You didn't tell me your new boss has a sense of humor, Lois. What can I say, Jonathan? It's news to me. Perry, I still can't believe that Clark isn't here.
What did you expect, Lois? You of all people know how he feels about all this. And after everything that's happened, can you really blame him?
Wow! Just wow! That was freaking awesome! I'm so glad they picked us to shoot the big boom!
I don't know, Miko. I'm starting to feel the same way Clark does. They could have at least saved the old globe, put it in a museum or something.
Maybe the new bosses figured that would be too expensive. Let's of course they got Superman to do it. And speaking of Superman, look, Jimmy, up in the sky! What do you figure he's doing here?
Paying his last respects, I'm guessing. Whoa! He's gone! Man, he's been getting so camera shy lately.
Hey, the main thing is that Superman's back in town. And that means we're in for Hot News Day.
Says here Soups was just at the Daily Planet demolition site. Figures. He made millions for that paper, and without them having to run into smear articles either. Can't believe they sold out to that Globe rag.
Hey, turn off the news and check out Screen 7.
What now? Another fire? Where this time?
Maintenance room C, on level. What the? It's gone again.
I'm telling you, Mac, it's gotta be some glitch in the monitors. A real fire would have set off an alarm.
I'm checking it out anyway. Keep your eyes on the monitors, just in case another one pops up.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it my undivided attention. As part of Galaxy Communications' commitment to a comprehensive multimedia news superstation, as of right now, we are changing our call letters to PGN, the Planet Global Network. And with the Daily Planet now firmly incorporated into the print arm of our new network, Metropolis will get a fully rounded news provider worthy of the city of tomorrow. Boom!
For pity's sake, Clark, I don't understand why you're still so upset about this. You've seen the reports. You've seen the figures. Print is dying. We need this to survive.
At what price, Lois? Our integrity? Our souls? You covered the stories dealing with the Globe's illegal tactics, wiretaps, extortion, out-and-out lies. Is that the type of newspaper you want the Planet to be? Just another scandal-mongering rag? Anything for a buck?
You're talking yesterday's news, Clark. I'm talking about tomorrow. Edge is not his predecessor. He is not a criminal, like Glenn Morgan. He's a powerful, intelligent entrepreneur with enough corporate savvy to know that keeping the Daily Planet's reputation intact is not only good for Metropolis, it's good business.
My God, he's really sold you on that, hasn't he? And why not? After all, he's always been so incredibly good to you. I want to present now our new executive producer of PGN's Nightly News Division and executive vice president of new media, former GBS anchor and Pulitzer Prize-winning lead correspondent for the Daily Planet, Miss Lois Lane.
Is that what this is all about, Clark? You resenting my working exclusively with the TV and digital divisions? It's my way of safeguarding the journalistic integrity you're always so keen on. Didn't Edge offer you my old anchor job? And without giving up your planet job? It worked for me. Think about it, Clark. Think of all the millions of people who would see you. After all, what good is blowing a horn if no one is there to hear you?
I am here upon the high point, the earth spawn, called the Himalayas. Here upon which my duty is at last to be performed. It's done. All that remains is its being heard. We've been through this, Lois. You know how I feel about that.
Yes, I know. I just don't understand. You could do so much good. We could do so much good.
I am doing good, Lois. And I don't need to be part of a dog and pony show to prove it.
Clark?
Sorry, that wasn't nice. I'd better go. I need to get some air.
Yo, Meyer, I just spotted Superman flying past us. Wonder if he's planning to come to the big reopening here. After all, he's one of the reasons we even need a new Astrodome. Hey, Meyer, you listening to me?
Loud and clear, Mac. You know that McCoy guy, the one with the show who disses everybody? He's the new nightly anchor of PGN News. You'd think they could have found someone less obnoxious to replace that haughty Lois Lane. How about you? Any signs of a fire?
No, maybe it... Hold on, I found it. Wait, what is that? Weird.
Say again, you're breaking up.
Like no fire I ever saw before.
I can't hear you, Mac. Mac? What appeared to be a routine patrol for Superman turned out to be anything but. Spotting a Daily Planet News copter and police copter converging toward the Midtown area, the Man of Steel decided to check it out for himself. His super hearing had already picked up the distinct sounds of screeching tires, police sirens, and gunfire. His supervision picked up the rest. A pair of masked terrorists had hijacked a tanker truck filled with extremely hazardous and explosive chemical waste. Superman assumed that the thieves were not from Metropolis. No local criminals would dare do this.
Look! Miko's tweet was true. He's back!
Not in Metropolis. Not on Superman's turf. Okay, boys. Time to pull over. Metropolis has strict rules about nighttime drag racing, you know.
Jamie, I thought you said Superman was out of town!
That was the intel we were given! Keep firing! Maybe it'll slow him down!
I look forward to working with you, Perry. Despite my rep, I assure you that I will be a hands-off publisher. I'll handle the business. You handle the news. You're still the chief.
I hope so, Mrs. Chiaro. You're going to find that the planet's not quite the globe.
Please, call me Izzy.
Well, now it's official, Miss Lane. I'm confident this will be a long and mutually beneficial relationship.
Thank you, Mr. Edge. I'll try not to let you down.
Just got some breaking news. Superman's chasing some stolen truck filled with explosive toxic chemicals on the Lower West Side. Guess you want to go live on that, right, boss?
Don't look at me, Miss Lane. You're the boss now. Your call.
Okay, people, we're going live on a Superman story. We have eyes in the sky, but I want a ground crew there now. Tell Jimmy and Miko I want video up on the web ASAP.
Droop, how fast can you get down west? I want the kind of detail and analysis on this only print can offer.
I'm on it, Chief. Realizing that a ricocheting bullet might cause the truck to explode, Superman resorted to his own unique brand of surprise tactics. Hey, you in the copters, back off! These goons are either really desperate or incredibly stupid. If this tanker blows, I want everyone clear for a 2-mile radius. Mac, can you hear me? You gotta come back and see. Ah, shoot. Mac, do you read me? The power's gone out over here. You think it could have something to do with that fire? Hello? Mac, do you read me? Mac, is that you? Don't play with me, man. Mac? The fiery explosion in the Astrodome set off an alarm that summoned the Metropolis Fire Department into action. Superman, however, was occupied with other matters. Playtime's over. Drop your weapons right now or I'll toss this tin can into the West Side River. You're bluffing. You do that and we'll blow the tank. The whole Metropolis water supply will be contaminated for years. Good point. Thanks. Guess I'll have to hurl you into space then. Just as long as I don't hit a new satellite. That would be a PR nightmare. Okay, Miko. Keep updating from the van while Maury and I get pics and vids. Roger that, Jimmy! Wow! He just keeps getting stronger and flying higher every time I see him. Yeah, I remember when he couldn't do much more than leap over tall buildings in a single bound. Well, genius, that bluff didn't work. What now, huh? Shut up! I gotta think. I suggest you think fast then, friend. Remember, I can see and hear you from down here. My arms are getting tired, so I'll give you until 3 to disarm. 1, 2... The crooks in the truck never heard Superman say 3, because Superman never said it. Oh my God! I can't believe it! No. Maury, can you see Superman? Negative, Olsen. I can't see through the fireball. Mika, what's the reaction at the station? McCoy's anchoring. What do you think his reaction would be? We are awaiting confirmation, but our exclusive live footage seems to indicate that Superman himself caused the massive explosion. Lois, we're getting flooded with cell phone videos and pictures of the explosion. Yeah,
And they're all twittering about Superman blowing up that truck.
Patch me to the copter, now! Hello, Hubler. This is Lois Lane. We're blind down here. Do you and Stafford have a visual on Superman?
Affirmative, boss. He's flying around the fireball.
Zoom in on him. Is he alright?
Hard to tell. He looks confused, addled. It's almost as if he's just as surprised by the truck blowing up as we are. Another odd thing, I don't see any... Holy!
Madre de Dios! Perry, did you see that?
I ain't blind, Miss Izquierdo. If Superman was hit by an outside force, then logic dictates he wasn't the one who blew up the truck.
Then who, or what, did? As Superman regained his senses, he quickly located the source of the fiery attacks. In the distance, the new Metropolis Astrodome was engulfed in flames, with a whirling column of fire rising from it. As his telescopic eyes zoomed further in, Superman could make out a figure, an almost human form covered with fire. The fire being screamed like a banshee, its language little more than gibberish to the human ear. As its arms flailed wildly, it thrust its spiraling plumes of flame across the cityscape below.
Sweet cheese! The fire monsters hit the Swan Towers building! Oh God! It's trying to set the whole city on fire!
The fire creature pointed at the Man of Steel, its language still a Tower of Babel of indecipherability. Despite its manic activity, the fire being seemed to remain tethered in a place by a fiery leash that connected it to the blazing Astrodome beneath it. The firefighters continued to battle the Astrodome fire, but as hard as they tried, the conflagration continued to rage unabated.
Okay, enough is enough. Time you get snuffed.
The fire being's response was quick, as was Superman's.
Whoa! Look at that! Superman's using the same cold winch stick he used on that tenement fire a few months back. Yes, only this time Superman isn't blowing the fire out, he's blowing it back at the monster.
This was not like any fire Superman had ever encountered, at least not on Earth. So he determined the creature was an extraterrestrial, which explained its unintelligible language.
There's a pattern to this creature's speech. A repeated word amid the high-pitched gibberish. Krypton?
The alien's cries betrayed a sense of panic as it unleashed another column of fire. But not at Superman.
Oh crap! Oh crap.
Jimmy! Maury! Get the hell out of there! Flying faster than a speeding bullet, the Man of Steel raced past the fiery comet, tearing off a metal billboard from one of the city's rooftops. One large enough to use as a shield. However, as the giant placard started to be consumed in flames, Superman noticed yet another unusual characteristic of this alien fire. The billboard wasn't actually being set on fire. It was becoming fire.
Nuts! The billboard's obscuring Superman. Get us down closer. Attention newscaster! Remove yourself from the area immediately. You're endangering yourselves and the people below. I repeat, remove yourself.
No! The fire creature just blew up the police copter!
Good lord. Can you follow it down?
Follow it? Wait. Say again, Lewis.
You heard me. I want you all out of there, now! Lieutenant Casey, one of our copters has been shot down by the fire monster.
Yeah, Fellington, I know.
So what do? Send out SWAT?
No, nothing they can do. Nothing much any of us can do at times like this.
Nothing, sir?
We've been through this type of thing before. Too many times. By my reckoning. Concentrate on crowd control and evacuation. Try to keep the body count as low as possible. Beyond that, well, like it or not, this is a job for Superman.
With speed that would rival lightning, Superman darted from building to building, taking the brunt of one fiery missile after another. But how long could even a Superman keep up these defensive maneuvers? Especially against a creature whose power seemed to intensify with every attack. Superman needed to get his hands on the alien, take the offensive. But first, he needed a diversion.
What's going on? Hey, boss lady! With the cops clearing the streets, we're blind without that aerial footage. The stuff they were shooting was ratings gold.
Shut off his mic, Chase. I'm already getting an earful. Yes, Mr. Edge. I gather you're not happy?
Let's just say I'm more than a tad disappointed, Miss Lane. Calling back that newscopter. I hope you have an explanation for that decision. After all, if it was you in that copter, you'd be down the throat of that fire creature. Nothing would stop you from getting that story.
I can make decisions about my own life and death. Don't expect me to make that decision for others.
That's not the Lois Lane I hired.
On the contrary, Mr. Edge, I am exactly the Lois Lane you hired. This is my show, remember? My call. Now get off the blasted phone and leave the news to the experts. Jimmy, are you and me go back in the van?
Yeah, Lois, what's up?
You know the new rooftop surveillance cameras that were installed as part of the citywide security upgrade?
Yeah?
Can you and Miko patch into the control systems?
You mean hack into them?
Hack is such an ugly word. I prefer interface. But not all the cameras, just the ones in the vicinity of the Astrodome. And I need it fast, like due yesterday fast.
Miko's on it, Lois. I just hope the news budget can cover our bail.
Oh, ye of little faith. Okay, on my mark. Prepare to cut back to McCoy. Billy, aerial footage will be up in 2. Get ready to improvise. Well, Lois, let's hope you're as good as everyone thinks you are. The creature kept bombarding the streets with fireballs, screaming ferociously as it tried to blast Superman back into the open. Until finally, it got its wish. Hey, Hotshot! Over here! So far, you've been doing all the pitching in this game. Now let's see if you can catch! The fire being diverted all its hellish energy at the enormous globe. providing just the diversion Superman needed.
Incredible! Superman has finally managed to tackle the creature and is forcing it up into the sky, away from Metropolis. In this aerial footage, exclusive to BGN News, we can see the look of absolute terror on the creature's face.
Nice shot, Lois. Right as gold, indeed.
Thanks, Chase. Good going, Jimmy and Miko. Any chance we can get more soon? I'm on it! So cool!
We don't have time to put up any firewalls, Lois. The cops are sure to trace us.
Don't worry about the Met PD, Jimmy.
Metropolis Police, Casey speaking.
I've got that covered.
Lois Lane?
As Superman rocketed the alien creature up past Earth's stratosphere, the monster's frantic thrashing started to ebb, even as its flaming form began to dwindle. Superman gambled that even alien fire still needed oxygen to survive. And thankfully, he was right, as the strange being evaporated into the coldness of space. The fiery stream that tethered it to our world receded into our atmosphere. Back to the flaming Astrodome from where it sprouted, which, as if by some alien form of magic, began to return to normal, with barely a singe, barely a char. The news networks tried to explain it, but in the end all that remained were more mysteries. Like much of what the creature had touched, the Astrodome had never truly been on fire.
It was fire, and even Superman could not explain how or why. Now that's one heck of a story. See, Izzy? I told you we could switch buildings and still get a paper out.
Impressive. You even managed to get these first proofs printed before dawn. And now, I'd say we have the start of a beautiful friendship here, Perry.
I just don't get it, Chief. All of us raced down to cover the Astrodome fire. How did Kent end up getting top billing on this? We never saw him anywhere near the area.
He said he was investigating the legality of the forced evictions around the Astrodome, interviewing people impacted by that when the fire creature attacked. As usual, it was pure luck for Kent. He may have a nose for news, but not usually the front page variety.
Yeah, luck. Clark is full of it, isn't he? Where is our small-town hero now?
He's gone to kiss and make up with Lois.
Clark? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry, Lois. I figured you'd still be up.
It's okay, really. You just surprised me, that's all. I saw your story online. Congratulations. A first-hand account from Superman. It's amazing how Metropolis ends up targeted by threats over and over. Ever since he arrived in town.
Well, I can't really speak to that point. But speaking of congratulations, I heard about how you got the footage without putting the copter crew in harm's way. Mr. Edge must be thrilled.
Yeah, well, the less said about that, the better.
Lois, what I really came over to say is, I'm sorry. Really sorry for the things I said. I guess, well, I just...
Lois? Are you coming back? Who's at the door?
Just a friend, a colleague. I told you about him. Clark Kent?
Oh yeah, the newspaper dude. Great job on the Superman story, Clark. Lois was really raving about it. Oh, The name's Jonathan. Jonathan Carroll.
Jonathan. Nice name.
You catch Lois's TV coverage? And the ratings? Through the roof. We were just celebrating.
I'm sorry, Lois. I didn't know. I should have called first. I better go.
See you tomorrow, okay? Maybe you should find someone to celebrate with as well. You deserve it.
Yeah, I'll go through my black book. Good night.
Good night, Clark.
Nice meeting you. So that's Clark Kent, huh? He's a lot taller than I thought he'd be. You and he ever...
Oh no, nothing like that.
He's such a loner. Never really lets anyone get close to him.
I tried setting him up with some friends, but...
Maybe he's pining for you.
Oh, shut up and get back in bed.